This is 13 Minutes. I'm Elliot Reeves. My guest today is Howard Vale. Howard, it's great to have you here. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Elliot. Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
It's great to have you here. Some people might recognize you from the interview that I did with you on your LinkedIn Live show, which was absolutely brilliant. It's got some really good feedback, actually. So thank you so much for having me on that.
I really enjoyed it. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not used to the roles being reversed, so at least I know what it feels like. So, yeah.
That's right. It's funny when you're in the hot seat. It's definitely a bit different. But so for anyone that's watching at the moment, how do you introduce yourself? Who's Howard Vale?
Who's Howard Vale? It's me with the funny yellow, the funny orange shirt. I've got more than one. I'm a video creator. I've got two products I'm focusing on at the moment. One is whirly gigs and couch interviews. Couch interviews is like this. I talk to local business people about what they do, why they do it, basically to get their story, to get their enthusiasm, their passion for what they do. Mm-hmm. And the whirly gigs are animated introductions, intros and outros. So it's their logo that I animate, and it dances across the screen. So it brands out the video. So when people see it, they know it's going to be a video from them. And I do other video things like adverts, promotions, and I've got one I'm working on, which is called the Memory Box. Actually, by the way, have I got time to say?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Well, the concept behind it is that people have memories, especially from the elder generation, and I think these memories need to be preserved. But unlike the old days, all videos is stored online or in the cloud, and you can't really see it. So what I've come up with is called, if I can show, called the Memory Box.
Oh wow!
Which is a digital memory box. As an example here, I'll just show you very, very, very quick. So,
of course.
Is what I do. I'll speak to the elder generation about their story. Mm-hmm. So it's important to preserve it once they go. So it's just a sample. So you open it up, and then the video plays.
Oh my God, that is so cool.
It tells the story, and in there goes memorabilia and stuff like that. So it's actual physical memory box. That can be customized. That goes on the shelf. So when the grandkids come around or whatever, they've got a permanent memory. And unfortunately, as the older generation passes, it's preserved. So that's the memory box, and you can also use it for birthday parties, celebrations, but. So you can either have me come and video the elder generation, or if you've got footage from your birthday party, anniversary, engagement, send it to me, and it goes in the memory box.
Awesome, love that.
Pretty cool,
I didn't expect to see that at all. That's so cool.
There you
go. We've only got 30 minutes, so we don't have a huge amount of time. But just quickly, I mean, what was your journey into doing video?
I've always liked video since I was a kid. I used to, back in the old days when we used to have cassette, we used to make mixtapes. There weren't mixtapes then. I like doing that. But my background is actually I'm a solicitor by trade, and I had a couple of life-changing events. And because I like videos and being a solicitor, you get to learn to interview people. Sometimes it's a bit adversarial, but in essence. I'm trained to get information out by asking open questions. So combining my skill in asking questions, plus I'm nosy anyway, and I like video, and I really believe that everyone's got a story to tell, no matter how mundane they think it is.
Yeah, that's really fascinating. I mean, it's like myself in previous job roles that were sort of contingent on asking people questions. I can see how it would lead you into the role of an interviewer.
Yeah.
Very natural. So tell me about where are you based at the moment, and what's it been with the whole lockdown situation?
Lockdown? I'm based in Rugby at what I lovely call my world headquarters, because one day I will be world dominant. Like everybody else, I've been keeping busy. I've been learning new skills. I'm divorced, but I still see my daughter, my ex-wife, on a regular basis, because I think that's allowed in the rules. I hope so, anyway. I'm adapting. I find it exciting because I've started couch interviews live on LinkedIn before the lockdown, and I think it's even more crucial during lockdown. So, and I've been learning new skills. I've been learning to do better video production and making the best use of my time, really.
How have you been finding? Sorry to interrupt you. I was just going to ask, how have you been finding LinkedIn Live generally?
It's good. It's not like Facebook Live. And for one thing, when you go live on LinkedIn, you can't talk about how to use LinkedIn, which is bizarre. I think because they want to show people how to use LinkedIn. And Facebook is more convenient because you can just click on live to go live. With LinkedIn Live, you've got to use external software. But I think it's brilliant because it's actually still new, and I'm quite privileged because you have to apply in being chosen to use LinkedIn Live. So it's still new, and I'm going live every day. And I just think it's brilliant. I've got a resource, and I think what I like to do is to serve by giving other people the limelight by coming on with me to make themselves visible. So it's all good stuff.
That's very noble of you.
It is, isn't it? Well, it is, Yeah,
it definitely is. I mean, I suppose it's almost like a privilege having the live streaming, facility on LinkedIn, because it's quite rare. I've applied 4 times now.
I know, and I feel quite embarrassed at it because you're the pro, and I see other people who haven't got it, and I think, oh my god, imposter syndrome.
Not at all. So tell me, in what way do you think the world might start to change as a result of what we're seeing just now?
From a human point of view, forget about work and being employed or business. I'm hoping people will actually appreciate what people do, what they consider to be a mundane job, and people become invisible. You go into a supermarket, you check out, you don't even notice them, and you realise that they've suddenly become important because without exception, they'd be risking their lives to serve in the supermarket. And the other day, actually, I went to a supermarket and I said, "Who would have thought you would have been so vital?" And she just laughed. She got a bit embarrassed. I said, "Well, just thank you." So I want people to notice people and to say thank you and hello without being invisible. That's what I like to see.
That's such a really great answer, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that. That's really good. How would you? I mean, just if you could wave a magic wand and change one thing about the world in its current form, what would it be?
Not to be in its current form. not to be in this situation. But we're getting there. But who knows what's going to happen? The slowly easing stuff. Some people get a bit worried that the second wave could come, but unfortunately, until you try relaxing things, you don't know what's going to happen. So we just have to see.
Yeah. Well, this is maybe controversial, but how do you think the government have handled the coronavirus situation?
Right. This shouldn't be political. I actually think when it first started, they were making up as they went along because this never happened before. It just suddenly came upon us, and they just made it up. So whatever they're doing is they are making it up. And again, this may be controversial. I think making things a bit loose on the lockdown, I wouldn't say it's a social experiment, but it is an experiment to see what's going to happen with the virus and more human interaction. So yeah, they've made mistakes, and there will be the inevitable inquiry. But hindsight is a wonderful thing, really.
That's true. Yeah, very true. What advice or insight would you give to anyone that was struggling out there just now?
I nearly swore there, Elliot.
If you want to, Howard.
I nearly said it's bloody hard, and for some people, it's going to be a disaster. There's no point painting a pretty picture. Some people are going to go out of business. Some people are going to lose their jobs, and for them, it's going to be horrible. It's a nightmare, but you just got to carry on. I know it sounds trite to say you just got to carry on, but you have to. And if you're in business, is to be visible by doing what you and I do to keeping people visible, and trying to adapt it. And maybe you can streamline things for the future. Maybe you won't need an office. Who knows?
Yeah.
Permanently work from home, but it is tough. There's no getting away from it.
How much is your day-to-day life changed as a result?
Well, creating videos is fairly a solitary career because you're sitting in front of a computer doing it. But what I do love is human interaction, because when I video interviews, I'm actually face to face with someone, so that's changed a lot.
Hmm.
And I think video conferencing, Zoom and Google Meets it's been brilliant, because at least there's some interaction, but you can't beat face to face. So like everyone else, it's just it's become I hate the word new normal. It's a cliche, but it's become it's no usual, isn't it, to be like this?
Yeah,
So
very true. Very true. Where can people find you, Howard?
they can find me on Facebook, which is Howard Vale One, or Howard Vale on LinkedIn. You can hit me up there, or whirlygigs.co, which is my website. But I mainly live on social media, Facebook and LinkedIn. So connect and see what happens.
And how can people find out about your new memory box?
My new memory box, well, it's so new. I was launching it just before lockdown, and I was going to go to care homes. That's
Wow.
now out of the way. So again, same thing. Hit me up on LinkedIn if you want memories, because the good thing about it is, if you send in your, it's going to be some sort of good quality. If you send me in your videos, I'll edit them and then upload them onto the memory box, and get it customized. So yeah.
Fantastic. Brilliant stuff. Howard, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for your time. 30 minutes isn't a huge amount, but...
No, it's good. It's good. I think I do the same.
Well, look after yourself, Howard,
Sure.
and we'll catch up again soon, I'm sure.
Lovely. Cheers, Elliot.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Cheers.